And welcome back to Karagor Studios' Remnant Lunar Archon, Session 93. I'm Micah, your Dungeon Master. It's been a pleasure serving you this whole time. Join us as we enter another night. This time, we're stuck in a forest, and someone who is not Jaislyn, gonna give the recap, because I'm pretty sure Jaislyn did last time.
They did, correct.
Ah. Well, how about you, Jack? Tell us what happened.
Sure. So we basically just had a episode of just fighting from the previous session. So, two hags went down pretty easily. One of them turned into a ball of vines? Question mark. And was resilient to a lot of things, but nevertheless, was defeated. We basically collected up all the children from each house. John was able to obtain the sword and the stone, and now we're just now we're just resting before we leave. And I think that's it.
Essentially, yes. You found, just to get their names, it is
Like
ba-da.
Dewey,
Yeah,
something.
do and bada bada, yeah.
There's Judy.
Oh no, not Judy.
Judy is the annoying 11-year-old.
And
then,
she's trying to keep out of the center of Bossing Say.
True. Judy. And then Julie is the older than the 11-year-old looking girl who's been a problem. And then you have Ollie and Dooley. Ollie hasn't spoken. Dooley has spoken for both of them. Neither of them ever want to play music ever again.
What about doily? Doily?
Isn't a doily like a donut?
No, it's the thing that your grandma crochets that she puts on the arms of your couches.
That's what a doily is?
Yep.
The more you know.
I thought it was a handkerchief.
Nope, it's a doily.
What? Well, with your doilies in tow, you took a rest, and I believe we were coming back at the end of the long rest. People gaining access to some of their new leveled abilities, others not having leveled up, being sad. Bringing us to 9 a.m. You found over the night that Julie had stolen Judy's dagger, which Judy took from Granny Dolly. Before burning down the house. So I guess we'll bring it to what do you want to do, and do you want me to share the map back? Do you care about having the map, or do you want the map?
Please don't share the map. It'll change the sizing that I have of it.
Okay. Does anyone want me to share the map to them?
No.
Cool.
If you want to see the map, just click on Combat Tracker.
And then double-click your character token. So.
And then that would mess with your stuff without messing with our stuff.
Alright, I can change the lighting. So I'm going to change the lighting to dawn.
You could theoretically get rid of Fog of War if you wanted. But I don't know, maybe you have plans.
I could disable line of sight and stuff pretty easily. I don't know, I just generally like forcing y'all to deal with the fact that you can't see things.
It's all good.
What would the party like to do?
Leave.
Yeah,
Can
if
we
we
leave?
like out of character, did you guys search everything?
I
Because
guess we could look in the rubble of the house and see if there's anything that was not burnable.
yeah, but
I did
like, the two
detect
standings?
magic on the water house. I didn't see anything from the other house. Did I? I think I had started it.
You started
Before I
it
went-
after you went to the house to the right, and you found that the rug that Julie has been carrying around is magical. But nothing else you saw had any inherent magic to it. And then you
Did
found
I-
in the music house a set of bagpipes that you were holding.
Did I sense any other magic from the first building where we found Julie?
Not from that building, no.
Even though I didn't go inside.
No, you didn't. You didn't get any other major magic. Like
Okay.
you could argue that you get minor magic elements from components to spells, but you didn't find like magic items or anything.
Okay, so it's just the bagpipes. That was the magical thing that I found, right? The bagpipes?
Yep.
Okay.
Are
Oh,
they in your
Gambit wants to
inventory,
take
or
the
are they-
Cahoon.
They're in the party inventory, if I remember correctly,
can-
because
you can
I
take it.
didn't know who wanted to identify it, who wanted to have the bagpipes.
Valid. And yes,
So
you
I just
can
left
take
it
the
there.
Cajon if you'd like.
Thanks. It's a very Gambit coded thing, I think.
It's nice.
What's that?
A
The
Cajon drum.
Cahoon.
Oh. It was one of the boys' instruments.
Yep.
Yeah, let's come on. We get a boy band going. We'll be like BTS or whatever.
Yeah.
Will be like BTS or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, the K-pop. K-pop, right? That's,
Dynamite.
isn't that,
the
is that
whatever-
right?
it's
Yeah.
the whatever that got me.
Fireball.
Oh. Okay, so out of character, you guys feel like you searched enough?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's just gonna. I mean, there's probably no doubt about this, but Garand was a hot mess. He barely slept, and he was probably the first one up. And he's just been like trying to like comfort Jackie the whole time.
I will say we searched for magic items very well. We didn't necessarily search for like valuables.
I mean, that's fine. Again, like this is like an out of character thing anyway. So like it's just I want to make sure that you guys did what you wanted to do, because obviously Garand is out of it. So like anything that you would think that normally Garand would be interested in, feel free to do that. But if it doesn't register to your character for whatever reason, that's fine too. Just you can tell that he's not on the
Do
in
John
the same.
and Doug feel satisfied?
Yes.
Yep.
So with no other precautions being taken to loot or steal or whatever else you may do, just with whatever the children are bringing with them. Yeah, da 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 da.
Do you want Garand to identify stuff?
Bagpipes, please.
The bagpipes. The bagpipes are a set of instruments of the bards. They're Kanaith bagpipes. Normally it's not bagpipes, but I can make the instrument whatever I want. Bite me. It is an exquisite example of its kind, superior to any ordinary instrument in every way. A creature that attempts to play the instrument without being attuned to it must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or take 2d4 psychic damage. You can use an action to play the instrument and cast one of its spells. Once the instrument has been used to cast a spell, it can't be used to cast that spell again until the next dawn. Spells use your spellcasting ability and save DC. It has to be attuned by Bard, I believe.
This is in party inventory.
Yes. I don't think the rarity was right. There you go. Requires attunement by a Bard.
Where is that? Where do I find the party inventory? Parcel?
Top right party sheet. Inventory tab. You can play the instrument while casting the spell that causes any of its targets to be charmed on a failed saving throw, thereby imposing disadvantage on the save. The effect applies only if the spell has somatic or material component. All instruments can cast the following spells: Fly, Invisibility, Levitate, and Protection from Evil and Good. And the Kenneth bagpipes can be used to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level, Dispel Magic, and Protection from Energy, with lightning only. Each spell can be cast once per day.
So you're saying Doug's triangle can make him fly?
If his triangle was magic, sure.
Yeah, that's not an instrument of the bard. That was the qualification.
Yeah, is that it's this specific magic bagpipe set. But if you took some levels in Bard, you could totally play the triangle and cast your spells with it. Preparing yourselves and the children. Oh, sorry, continue.
I was just gonna say, at a later time, it may make sense for Garand, but I don't know what are John's attuned items, because
I like what things am I proficient in?
No,
no,
attuned.
your attuned items. Like, do you have attuned? I guess technically I have 3 already, because the Feather of Decim counts.
I mean, I can do pan flute, bagpipes, lutes. Those are the ones I'm.
No, if you look at your character sheet and you go to inventory, there's a nice little A triangle, on
yeah.
and then if there's a block with a blue dot in it, that means that you're attuned. If you have 3 of those blocks and blue dots, that means that you have reached your max.
Also, Garand, while technically it counts as attunement, your Feather of Decim effectively gives you an extra attunement slot, or it doesn't take up an attunement slot while attuned to, so you can have 3 items not including it.
Okay.
John still doesn't want to be the person to have it.
So this is a special bagpipe. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, magic bagpipes that let you cast a bunch of spells for free once per day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, why not?
Pretty helpful. Yeah, if you don't have 3, man, you might want to do that.
Yeah, I only am attuned to the Scimitar Flame Tongue.
Okay.
What's the Verdant Everbloom? Is that
the Verdant Everbloom is the new sword you got?
The new sword, yeah. So I got attuned to that one.
That also casts spells.
But that's only 2 things, so yeah, I could totally attune to that one.
Can I identify? Did we ever identify the first one for Jack? The
Scorching Solarium?
Did we ever do that?
You did.
Okay. Do you then? Why don't I go ahead and identify this one too, for John?
Just in case. He did spend some time with it, but as you identify it, you uncovered nothing additional than what he'd found.
All right. And then I'll ask Homegirl if she wants, hey, if you want me to, I can make sure that there's nothing else wrong with that carpet if you want.
No, I'm confident in how it works.
All right. He doesn't even think twice about it. Normally he would be like, that's odd, but but right now he's like, right, sounds good.
Is there anything else the party would like to do before embarking?
Nope.
By what method would you like to attempt to leave the forest?
Oh yeah, we have to figure out how to get out of here.
Yeah.
We should ask the girls if they know how to leave.
Can we click our heels?
Yes, we have
I
tree.
I want to go home.
There's no place like Gnome.
We have tree.
We can only use tree once, though. Shouldn't we save tree for an emergency?
Oh,
No,
wait, isn't it one for like
Emerging
day?
tree?
Aww.
Might even be once per casting. I don't know. Like it's like a high level spell though, so I don't know
It's
how
a
many.
spell. I think it's a spell
It's a
scroll.
spell scroll.
Oh.
Once. Then the spell is
okay.
consumed.
I
Can
mean,
we try
Are you not that
using
level
the
yet,
stone?
Thicket?
What?
Are you not that level yet
What do you mean?
to cast it on your own naturally?
No, I have transport via plants, but not tree stride.
Ah, okay.
I think those are inverse. I think tree stride.
I have one,
Yeah.
but not the other.
You have tree stride, which lets you bounce around a forest if you want, moving through trees. And then I think it's a level 6 spell. So if you're level 10 now, your next level, I think, provides transport via plants.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think out of character, I think John's idea is good. Ask the girls and whatever if they know, and then barring that, we can attempt to make it out on our own. Because I'm not really worried now that the main problem denizens are gone. Because the rest, like all the things that would be following them, will slowly either leave or try to find a new evil to latch onto. But
I mean, can't we just use the sending stones to tell what's her name to zap us?
Mom, can you come pick me up from the hag, Kevin?
Yeah, but we have to take the kids by the village.
yeah.
Oh,
Although I have to be honest, I'm pretty sure those kids are not going to end up staying in that village, but we can at least try. I'm just out of character. There's probably some deals made with those kids, and I think a relocation program might be in order, but we'll see.
so should we zap them with us, and then they decide if the kids should go back or not?
One of them decided they wanted to meet the librarian.
Yeah.
I have a retroactive question, Micah, about my dispel magic from yesterday.
Mhm.
So in previous time, sorry, not dispel magic, detect magic. In the previous times that I've used detect magic while we've done this whole forest crawl, you've described like magic being everywhere because of the hags and stuff. Does that feeling is that
Gone.
feeling gone now?
Gone.
Epic.
There is no longer a soft layer of magic over everything.
Perfect. We love to see it.
Yeah, eventually we'll be able to have that conversation, and Gron will be like, "Oh, I'm glad you noticed. Yeah, that was definitely the hope. It's like, hey, let's get rid of the evil. But thankfully that got handled. But yeah, that'll be a good conversation."
So, what method did you decide you were going to try to leave by? Were you asking the girls?
Yeah,
Probably walking.
What do you say?
probably.
But yeah.
Hey kids, do you know how to leave the forest?
Kinda.
Kinda? What does that mean?
We know what direction the hags left, but we never left here
Where-
ourselves.
Where would the hags go?
North. They point behind Dolly's house. I think there's a path that they would follow.
Is north the way that we came?
Nope. So I guess it's
What do we
technically not
think?
north, it's east, because this whole thing is at a 90-degree turn, but...
What do we think, team? Do we go back? I mean, I kind of want to talk to the couple.
Do we
see
have
if
to
she, like-
walk?
Well, I have some news for you.
You can fly?
I Yeah.
can be a horse.
I think it can turn into a horse, so
Oh.
you might not,
Bonita!
have to walk the whole way, but you might have to walk some. But that's better than having to walk a little bit is better than being stuck here.
Hey,
Yes.
Gambit,
What?
can you fly up to see if there's a general direction to take?
Oh, I could do that. But I won't be able to fly for the rest of the day. After an hour. But I can do that. Can anyone else fly?
I
No?
mean,
Okay.
I can, but that would cost a wild shape.
I mean, I can
Okay.
send myself.
I have several wild shapes though, and I can stay in it for a long time.
Well, I'll just use it, and then I won't have to walk for an hour, Okay, I'll fly up. Above the trees.
Baboosh, your wings are flying. You fly up, and it's clear skies today. Oh, which, the
Yay.
day in question is Thursday, 6th of July, 4:17, post-schism at 9 a.m. Flying upward, how high do you fly?
Above the trees.
Above the trees, 150 feet, we'll say. Looking around, there's lots of forest, miles of it. You can see south from you, there is a point at which it looks like the trees break. Same goes for the east. And then looking to the north, you see eventually the sea beyond the forest. And then to the west, in the long distance, mountains.
Okay, so it's either south or east?
So it sounds like.
Yep. Okay. So our options are south or east. We came from the south, right?
Technically, I mean, kind of, yes. You went from the south and then ended up moving to the east to get where you are. So theoretically, southwest is where you entered the forest.
Okay.
But whether or not you want to enter or exit exactly where you entered is a whole other question.
I think we should just go back the way that we came, or at least try to. Because what's the purpose of trying to go somewhere new? We're done with this place, right? We can leave.
Yeah, we've done what we need to. I think just south, based on the map, I think south is the way to go. I'm just saying that through the through our blue fangs.
Your Bluetooth headphones?
No, blue fangs.
Your blue fang headphones?
Yeah. Blue fang earring. It's a blue fang earring. It's a sapphire in the shape of a canine.
Sure.
Okay. Alright, I agree. Let's go south. Anyone oppose?
Sorry, say that again?
We're going south.
I'm totally fine with that.
Okay. Hearing no objections, let's get started.
Okie doke. Thicket, are you leading the way?
Yes.
Are you leading the way as a horse?
Yes.
Bonita!
Which children will you allow to ride on your back?
I could carry like all of them if they wanted, right?
You could.
Yeah, so I'll just carry whichever
Julie will
children want
decline.
to be ridden.
Julie
Is
will
Julie-
she will carry her rug and decline.
No, Julie's the eldest.
Julie
then
is the
Judy.
eldest, and she refuses.
Okay.
Go ahead and make some comparably much easier survival checks. And tell me how many hours you're traveling.
Is
Yes.
there any? Does Jackie get any vibes about Julie one way or another?
That's
Like
Jack.
animal sense. Oh, my Lanta thicket. Way to start with a nat 20. Go ahead and get
Does
yourself.
Jackie?
Jack.
Oh, you had gotten the vibe the night before, though you hadn't realized it. She was watching Jackie more than outside. I'm sorry, Jackie was watching Julie more than she was watching outside the night before. But I don't think you realized that, so you're going to have to make an insight check.
Okay. Well, I mean, as we're walking though, would there be any opportunity to notice that he's still like kind of eyeball, or she's still kind of eyeballing Julie?
Make an insight check.
All right.
I
Well, we'll
guess
see what happens.
roll animal handling, I guess, either way. 11.
11.
It's
Well, my
hard to
animal
read.
handling same too, so it's fine.
Doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's
It's an average. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I can make an argument, I guess, but but I'm also like super distracted, so it's like
you're super
it's hard.
distracted. It's hard to tell, walking through a forest like this, you don't get enough information to you don't notice enough to figure it out.
Okay.
Thicket, you're doing great. You double the time through the first part as you are carefully moving as much on land as you can, but still having to walk through some of the like foot-high murky waters of the swamp. Getting a bit further, go ahead and make another one. Ooh. I need you to roll a d8 into the tower. Or a
As long
d10
as
into
it's
the
not-
tower.
As long as it's not this sort of situation, we're fine.
You move. You don't recognize the space you're in. You continue on your way. As you move this direction, you, like you'd smelled before, the previous night when you were being led by the Etin, you smell the scent of sweets from the southwest.
Does it seem like a trick?
What kind of check do you want to try to figure that out?
Insight? Vibe check.
Sure, make a vibe check. Make an insight vibe check. You're pretty sure it's not normal for there to be sweets in the forest. Or the scent of a bakery.
Thicket horse Bonita will stop and stare in that direction.
Stop and stare. Everyone, the horse stops.
What's going on?
I like kick rocks in that direction. Does anyone else notice anything?
With the others taking time and looking that way, I guess make perception checks with, not with disadvantage, but you're making smell-based perception checks to see if y'all can pick it up.
John sees nothing.
Jackie noticed.
Jackie definitely notices, with double nat 20 actually,
Holy cow!
because you can see it drop with the other one. And then Doug also notices. Garon takes a second, but you finally get it too. You can smell sweets and food in general from that direction.
All right, can I make an Arcana to see, or possibly a History to see if?
Sure, make a history check. Not going to
Okay.
be an easy one. What
Yeah.
exactly are you trying to figure out?
Basically, like, is this something I would have read about? Like, because there's a couple options here. It could be that it's a small, like, elven or gnome village. It could be a fae. It could be,
The story that comes to mind is the story of Hentel and Grizzle.
okay. Garon, like, has a torn, like, look, like he's almost like crestfallen, but he can't just abandon what would be probable trouble for someone else sometime. So he's gonna walk over to Gambit and whisper to Gambit quietly, I'm pretty sure there's a lone hag or other problem in that direction, and I would not forgive myself if we did not investigate to resolve it. If it is truly danger, I could be wrong, but oh wait, Jocelyn has been gone this whole time, so I'm whispering to Gambit. Gambit can't hear me.
She's muted,
right.
but she's not deafened, so presumably she can hear you.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
was gone. No, I was gone.
Okay, all right.
I had to start laundry. I forgot. I
That's
need
right.
my
All
work
right,
clothes.
so what you missed then is Thicket in horse form caught the big horsey whiff of some sweets, and Jackie and some of us picked up on it, and eventually Ron remembered a story in the Elven archive history book stuff, and came over and whispered to you. There is probably another hag or other type of dangerous creature in that direction, and while I am not excited about the prospect of putting anyone in danger, I cannot in good conscience leave without investigating it. I'd rather be wrong than let some ill happen to another. So I'll take your lead on it, but I think think we need to investigate it, and I don't think it's going to go positively until we've done so.
Okay. Well, why don't I just go check it out? I can sneak. And then I'll tell you whether or not it's a hag or not.
All right. I mean, can you smell it? Can you smell that sweet scent?
Yeah, I can smell it.
All
I'm
right.
assuming that Gambit smells it. He is canonically good at smelling.
Yes.
Okay.
Would have
Alright,
among
so
the
yeah.
easiest.
Okay. Can I stop and go check it out?
Sure. Make a stealth check.
Okay. Hold on. So I'm gonna use a hero point.
Hero point. Da 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 da. Hero point.
Where are they?
I don't know.
Abilities?
Yeah, they should be on your. I think they are on your actions tab,
Actions.
and they have.
Wait, so if there's a dot, that means that you have them available, or
dot
that they're
means you've used it.
Yeah. So if you didn't add one for the game session starting, then you should.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So I will use a hero point. So that's a D4. Boop 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 boop. Oh, not great. And then, I mean, because you never know what can happen.
Do you want some inspiration?
No. I think I'll be
Oh.
fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
You're good.
31.
Wait, hey, did you ever meet someone named Gambit? You know, everybody starts asking, does Gambit exist? Is Gambit real?
I thought it was an imaginary friend I had one time. Gambit was my
Okay.
imaginary friend, Judy says. Dually, who's Gambit? As you head that way, following the smell, you find a clearing that is relatively untouched by the water. It is a clearing where it is above the swampy water and stream. You see in the center of the clearing a large wooden table with a dozen or so stone chairs surrounding it. On the table are a variety of various foods, most of which look gorgeous and incredibly appetizing. And in the center is a humongous and amazing looking cake covered in white and pink frosting. You see what looks to be about a dozen different people. Not people. You see statues of a dozen people having a party, talking to one another, eating food, drinking. You see a couple of them dancing in this picturesque statue garden of a dinner.
Crap, it's Medusa.
Kind of seems like it. Do I see anybody?
Perception check.
Ooh, this is what I should have used my hero point on.
You can use it now. Don't you have more?
You don't have more hero points? Come on.
Oh, are you serious?
Monkey shines.
Okay, perception.
You don't see any moving living creatures, just statues. You see actually around there, so you see some statues of some small animals as well on the table, beside the table.
So
Further
I'm
livening
guessing-
up the party.
Okay. Does it look like... So it looks like people were just frozen.
They're just some
So-
really cool, well-done statues. In
Realistic statues.
realistic, happy statues hanging out at a party.
Obviously a trap. Okay, I'll go back, and I'm gonna report what I saw to Garand. He'll know more.
Can we keep going?
I guess this is
Stop.
going to be that's pretty much always going to be the response of the horrible one, right?
Yeah, most of the one talking is Judy, the 11-year-old.
Oh,
Julie hardly ever talks. Or rather, Judy, the 11-year-old. Julie doesn't say as much. It appears she's largely watching and paying attention to everyone, but hasn't said nearly as much. But Judy is almost constantly saying something.
So Garand, there's a table with some looks like freshly baked stuff on it, and a whole bunch of statues that are a little bit too realistic. Looks like they're having a party. And some animals. So I'm assuming that it's a trap, that whoever eats the cake gets turned into stone.
okay.
That's
All
my
right.
guess.
All right.
Does that-
Can I make an Arcana? I mean, I don't know, maybe disadvantage until I see it, or anything else to -2 something. I don't know. What do you
Trying
think,
to
Mike?
figure out.
Are we all hearing this over the Bluetooth?
Good question. Are you Bluetoothing it?
I Bluetooth it, yeah.
Alright, so everyone but Thicket hears it,
Um,
because Thicket is horse, which means he doesn't get his item.
Yeah.
Ours.
Who has detect magic? Is that Thicket?
Nay.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, Thicket, I think you can understand, because I think you're still able to understand while horse.
If Thicket can understand.
Yes.
Thicket. We need you to go check that out. I think.
But
I think
then,
detect magic might be useful in this instance.
yeah, but
Yeah.
he won't be able to be a horse at the time, so we've got to wait. Let's just see if we can pull our collective thoughts together and see if we can figure it out. Effectively, I'm suggesting that we think about what we think about. For me, it would probably be Arcana, but I don't know. You're the boss, Micah.
What are you trying to figure out about it?
If that sounds familiar to anything, because that's different from what I was expecting, based on my initial check.
Yeah, make a history check to see if you recall anything like this before.
I get my wild shapes back with a short rest, so it's not a huge deal if I do unhorse.
John, you've never
Also,
heard of anything like
depending
this
on-
before.
What time of day is it?
It is roughly just after noon.
And we left when?
9. Actually, let me check the. It would have been like 11. We left at 9. 2
Okay.
hours. I think you have 4, 5.
What?
How many hours do you have as a wild shape? I think 4 or 5 now.
5 now since I'm level 10.
Yeah.
So yes, it would
Long
cut
enough to
a
take
wild
it.
shape short. But also we could theoretically say that I get it back with a lunch break.
Lunch break. Gambit's gonna whisper to Julie. Julie's the middle one, right?
No, Julie's the older
Judy
one.
is the middle one. Julie's the older one.
Judy. Hey Judy, did
Yeah?
your aunts have any sibling that they didn't really talk about?
Well, if they didn't talk about him, then we wouldn't hear about him, silly.
Yeah, well,
But no, I don't think they mentioned any.
what about someone who bakes cakes? Did they ever tell you, like, hey, if you see a pink cake in the forest, don't eat it?
Well, they never told us that. Is there cake?
Uh,
I do know Granny
Not an
Dolly would
edible
cook
cake.
sometimes. It never tasted very
Okay.
good.
yeah. Cool. That was great. Perfect. Thanks. The kids don't know anything.
You didn't answer. Is there
Gambit goes
cake?
There's no cake.
Don't you?
No cake that you can eat.
We have cake when you get to town.
Yes, you can
You
have
promise?
cake when we get to town. I promise. Pinky promise.
She takes her pinky. That's legally binding.
Yes.
Be careful. She may actually want to cut off your pinky. gotta-
Well, she
you might
won't
be
have to.
Raised.
Better keep your promise. She's got a knife.
Yeah, she does. Okay, so what do we think? Can anybody smell evil?
I
Let-
I
Let
heard
me
the
check a thing
Holy
that I
War-
can do.
What?
I
Let
heard
me
that the
check.
Holy Warriors can do that, but not me. Any of you guys?
Let me check.
Also, with
see.
that Rolgarond, you haven't heard any particular stories that would reflect a cake dinner party? Maybe something with, like, an old story of Alice in Wonderland, but you don't recall anyone being statues at the dinner party in that.
Yeah. I will say, hey John, if we do go over there, please don't use any of your sound-based magics like the shatters and all that, the thunder waves. If we hit those rogue statues,
Yeah.
blow them up, we can't. It's not going to be as easy to repair that.
Of course.
I just want to make sure, man. I feel like we've had some close calls, especially lately. And he kind of rubs Jackie and holds her close, like a dad protecting his toddler.
Gotcha.
Just mindfulness is all.
Fair.
I have a celestial that can cast detect evil and good.
Is that how we want to go about it?
Depends on the effort involved. Because at the end of the day, if it's something that maybe one of the people there was like a wizard, right, or something, and they did like a hero's feast or whatever, and a basilisk came along, you know what I mean? It could be
Yeah.
anything. So that could work. I am of the opinion, if John is so inclined, the bagpipes and the dispel magic that comes free once per day. I think that might be a route to try first, but I think we need to approach it with trepidation.
Caution?
Yeah.
No, trepidation is a good word.
Don't worry, I am a bard. If I didn't have my words right, I may not have a whole lot. You can tell that I think it would immediately pick up on it, but even you might be able to notice that he's definitely trying to pretend to be happy and okay.
Can I hear you right now?
I don't see why you couldn't.
You're in horse form, but
I didn't know where you guys were. I was looking
think
through
we-
things I can do.
Gambit came back.
Okay.
granted, even if he was talking through the earpiece, I mean, Thicket wouldn't be able to hear because Thicket can't hear the piece, but y'all could hear through the earpiece. It's close enough, I think. I don't remember what the distance was. I think it was 2 miles on those. So yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah, you gave us a good amount.
Well, I think we should just go. We should do something if we're gonna do it. So
All right. So should you and Doug stay back, ready to strike, keeping an eye on the kids, and maybe John rides in on Thicket, and perhaps I'm trailing behind.
sure, that sounds good.
Doug, go ahead and manifest an echo just in case.
Yeah, maybe can you have the echo walk with them, and we could just stay back with the kids, and then you can switch with your echo if it gets hairy.
Yep.
So who
And
is
I could switch
staying
with somebody
back?
too.
How far back are you staying? And who's going up to the place?
What's the distance on your echo?
I think for this one particular, it's just 30 feet.
Oh, okay, and
Though
that might
you
not be
do have a
helpful.
new ability that lets you go a little bit farther. But it basically puts the regular you in a catatonic state.
That's what I was saying. Like, then it wouldn't really.
The Echo Avatar could be up to 1,000 feet away from you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I can keep watch.
Okay.
And then can you...
So yeah,
Like-
if you wanna watch, then I can, just hear and see through my echo,
Yeah,
and then if something happens, I can alert us.
yes. I
Yeah.
agree.
That's actually that's kind of brilliant. Can you walk in first, and then if nothing happens, then that's when John and Thicket show up behind you, and then if nothing happens, I show up, and then does that sound reasonable?
Sure.
Good plan.
Before I go into my estate, I guess, let me get out my bow and just have it ready.
Mark.
What happened? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, I guess my screen just decided to go off.
No.
But okay, so that works with me.
All right. So does that make sense, Micah? Basically, he'll go in, enter first, and he'll kind of look around in the shadow form, and then if nothing happens after a few moments, then
But it
John.
sounds to me you are staying far enough away that the children don't see the cake.
Right.
Fair enough. Doug, you enter into this form for the first time, losing all sight and sense of yourself. You move to breathe, and you feel breath, but it feels distant somehow. Breathing of a different
Yeah.
body.
It's actually the second time.
But doing this for the second time, you move forward into the area, and you see the same sight that Gambit did. A large wooden table surrounded by stone chairs and stone statues, covered in delicious food and a large cake.
I'll just like run and like just jump up and down and like parade around the house.
You pull a 5-second Looney Tunes skit of you teleporting around, jumping and moving and dancing, even up on top of the table at one point, but nothing occurs.
Like, do I see anything like ceilings, rafters, like any like escape from the ceiling?
You are outside in the open.
Oh,
There is
It's like an
open
open-
sky above you.
Can
Like
I
the
do
Mad
a thing
Hatter
while he's doing
style.
this?
What would you like to do while he's doing this?
I want to cast Lunar Blessing at 9th level, or do my semblance thing, and summon a Coatl. However you say that.
So let me,
Say CR4 Celestial.
Gotta pull up.
And it has True Sight and Telepathy.
Whoa.
That's Lunar Blessing. Your 9th level ability.
I need to get rid of 5 HD.
CR plus 1, yeah, so 5 HD. It's the first time you see Thicket do this. As Thicket, having come out of horse form.
I don't. Do I need to be in
Oh, yeah, I guess you don't have to.
cat form?
No, you don't have to for Lunar Blessing
That's why-
specifically.
That's why I did this.
Alright,
so I
even
can still be
creepier.
horse.
You're doing this near the children, yes?
I'm
Or
doing
have
this
you
near the
separated?
children.
I think, did y'all
I
separate?
thought
Are you closer?
The plan was for Thicket to go in next after
Okay,
Doug.
so you are closer, yes, as you approach. And Doug, as you, in this form, see a horse walk up Bonita, as Bonita's eyes glow with a starlight.
Magical horse.
And moving from the horse as it radiates this aura energy, probably 12, 13 motes of light come off of it, moving in front of it and gathering into a constellation of a long snake with wings. as it appears, these lines draw themselves, giving, you know, how when people draw the image of a constellation beyond just the stars that make it up, and you see all the details that people would imagine. You see that same thing occur as the lines fill in, and as they do, this multicolored, beautiful snake with feathers and these large wings appears in front of you.
It says hello
Or does it think
with telepathy.
I was gonna say, or does it think it?
You hear in your mind, hello.
Actually, don't know. Am I the one that controls it, or do I just summon it and like ask it to do things?
You control the creature's
Oh.
actions. If you'd like it to have
Okay.
a level of sentience, it can, but technically you control the actions.
It's just the difference of whether or not it says hello or I tell it to say hello.
Oh, there you go, cool. I was spelling it wrong. I was trying to find a picture. Now I'm not sure if it's in Fantasy Grounds automatically, so I might need to fix that. There we go, there's one. Oh, let me make an image. I guess this picture isn't exactly what I assumed, but I do like the picture.
Ooh. Pokeball, go. Sorry.
There's this
It
beautiful
looks round with
multicolored
its
snake
true
bird.
sight.
Snick bird.
It does look around. Do you wish for it to give insight on what it sees?
Yes.
These poor people. Because I do believe true sight allows you to see the true form of shape-changed creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It
you can discern the true
says-
form of any creature or object you see that has been transformed by magic. These poor people, caught in their
Ah.
pain.
Can we help them?
It's sufficient magic. Greater restoration. I can perform it once.
Let me see if I have it too. I do. But it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it can only do greater restoration once.
Yep.
But I can summon it twice.
We can try to make like an investigation check or something and see if maybe one of them might be of a clerical nature and then could help us possibly.
Do you know if any of them can help each other?
Going to make an insight check.
Can I make one?
Oh,
It's unclear. You cannot tell the soul of a person simply by looking at them. I am not gifted with that ability.
Can I look them over and see if there's any signs?
Sure. Some of them are dressed in more fancy clothes. Some do wear holy symbols. You see a female wood elf that does not. You see a man that has an image of Aether on a medallion he wears.
Ooh.
But no one's like church garb.
Should we do greater restoration on the Aether guy?
Sure.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
Zap him.
Zap them.
Ya da da da, ya da 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 da. I need to make sure I save this so I don't lose this. Second. Da 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 ya da da da. Okay. As she flies up, gently landing on his shoulder, despite her massive size, she leans down gently and brings her wings around to cover him in her feathers, and as she pulls them away, you see the stone begin to transform as his complexion, that of a darker
Goodness.
color, darker complexion, very tan. As it fills out, as it returns to him, you see, despite in addition to his Aether necklace, he's wearing really standard type of adventure type clothes, breeches and a jacket. He's got this vest on over his long sleeves, so no real jacket, but a vest over them. His brown hair, and you see he has fairly light blue eyes. What? As it comes to spitting, or looking like he's trying to spit something out of his mouth. What? Yeah. Whoa. As he looks to the bird. What happened? How long?
Can you tell us the last thing that you remember before you woke?
We were having a party.
All right. Who brought you to this party?
Second. He points to a elven woman at the head of the table. It was her, Elileth. She said she was having a party with her granny. Invited all of us. I mean, I didn't know her well. Honestly, I was surprised she forgave me after I stole some of her. But that's not important. We all showed up. We enjoyed ourselves and cut the cake, and next thing I know, I'm here. But I feel so tired.
Yeah. Well, here's the situation then. You should know that Granny was not really a granny, but a hag. And some sort of deal was made, and I guess they betrayed her, the elf there at the head of the table. So, yeah, we're going to have to figure out how to free all of you. I'm guessing that all the food is cursed.
I mean, I don't know. Some of it tasted good. Some of it, I mean, felt really good after. What was it? After I had the lobster.
Yeah, was it rock lobster turn you into rock?
What was that?
Was it rock lobster turn you into rock? Is that it?
No, the lobster was good.
Yeah, no, rock lobster. It's a kind of lobster that you have to understand. The Fae love tricks and jokes and puns and all that sort of thing. So
it's like a lobster made of rocks.
No, they call it a rock lobster because it buries itself and hides in rock.
Oh.
So some lobsters do it just at the bottom, and some.
I've never seen the ocean. I mean, that sounds really cool.
Well, you're missing out. The ocean's beautiful, but that's a whole other story. But anyway, listen. Um, can you tell us everything about everybody here?
I can. Mike is just gonna need a minute.
Great.
So
Let's
that'd
go
be,
there. That's fine.
as he looks around for a
Let's go
moment,
through that then.
I would like to take a 10-minute break. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, Jack, do you need to be done?
Yeah, I might just go ahead and like leave then, because like by the time we get back, it might just be time for me to leave anyway.
Ooh, where are you going?
I mean, I'm not going anywhere, but I do have some things I have to do.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I guess in that case, good night, and I'll just catch up next week.
Appreciate it, and you're welcome to listen to the stream if you'd like. Keep the knowledge if you
Yeah.
want. To you.
I'll probably have to listen to the rest of it afterwards.
Bye.
Bye.
Ooh, storms are already starting. You hear thunder.
I did just get an email from my mom. Are we recording right now or no?
One second. us back alive on stream. Hi, stream. Hope you had a good break. I think we did. We're gonna be missing Jack for the rest of the session, but that's okay. Things happen. People have lives to deal with, and that's okay. Remember, players, and remember, DMs out there. Sometimes a player can't show up. As long as they're showing up most of the time, you're in a good spot. Now, if someone never shows up, I'm not saying kick him out of your group. That's an option. So, what would you like to do? As he, well, I guess you already liked what you like to do. You want him to tell you about all of the other guests.
Yeah.
As
Start talking.
looks around, well, over there at the head of the table, that's Elaloth. She's the one that called us all here. She's a goldsmith, apparently really good, makes a lot of money, trade. You see she looks to be a wood elf.
That's what you
uh,
stole from it. You stole her gold.
Yeah.
Right. Well, hopefully you learn that lesson. All right. Keep going, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely have. What year is it? What day is it?
July 6th, Thursday.
That's only been 2 weeks.
I've forgotten the year. Sorry. We've been traveling for a long time now. It is a revenge dinner. You're 100% right, Jocelyn. What does anybody remember what year?
417 post schism.
Is that the horse?
Through the Coatl.
It's via
There you go.
417 post 417. Oh god. Guts. 35 years now, I guess. Okay.
Well.
Well, I'll deal with that existential crisis here in a minute. That guy. He's the sailor. Don't remember his name. He points to a older-looking human man. She is a merchant. Her name is Finethil. I think she worked with Elephant. Let me make sure I have all my names right, because I've got a lot of names to keep track of. Yeah, da. She worked with Elaloth. That one. Her name is Findale. She was she was a sorcerer. She was doing magic on the table and stuff, impressing everyone.
Who was?
Findale. He points to a half-elf woman. That's Sadon, I think is his name. He was the coachman that brought us all out here. That, as he points to a halfling, that's Giles. He's an old librarian, I think. He points to another person, that's Selenway. She was a friend from Mantle, I think. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a man. Sorry, note, I read you wrong. Selenway, the man, he is a diplomat from Mantle. Friend from Mantle. Points to another woman, a fairly well-built human woman. I think that's Jade, who took care of Elaloth's estate and farm. That's a rock gnome. I don't remember her name. I think it started with an H. I think they called her Captain Faye, he says, pointing to a human woman in fairly well-made armor. She was, I think she was the captain of the guard at the time, or one of the people in the government, on the force. That woman, Gilmy, she's the trader that would peddle the goods for Elaloth. The 12 of us. Can't name the squirrels. Sorry.
That's fine. Thank you. It sounds like to me there are some business dealings that have gone awry, and this might be a rather problematic reunion. So I'm of the opinion, and hopefully everyone can weigh in on this, but I think the most advantageous approach would be the one in which we need not worry about bringing everyone back at this exact moment.
What do you mean?
Effectively, I believe we might be able to carry them in the
Purple hole?
Yeah,
Okay. Sounds good to me.
and
Gambit says through the earring while staving off a child
Oh,
who
yeah,
wants
that's
to play
right.
a game.
so, but unfortunately, I mean, Thicket, then you're going to have to absolutely come out of that and go back in once we've done that.
What do you mean?
Because you have the portable hole.
Oh, right. Then yeah, here's the portable hole.
Thicket will turn, making sad, hoarse noises. Opening up a hole, which, I don't know, it's probably like a third, half full, something like that. So you could probably fit 3, maybe 4 people in it.
How many people are there?
Really, I thought it was a volume thing. Is it a weight thing?
Yeah, it's volume, but you're trying to fit statues into... I guess you've got probably 6 by 6 by 5 feet. So if you stand them up
Wait, do I have a
tall-
shrink? I think I have a shrinking thing.
I don't know if it lasts that long. But you could maybe like carefully stack them on top of one another and get like 6 or 7 of them in there. But that'd probably be the most you could fit.
How many are there?
Well,
11 more.
now.
So that means we'd be down 4.
Does seem to be the case, yeah.
The other option then would be to attempt the sending to see if our dear friend, the wonderful, mighty, majestic librarian, might rescue us from this current tribulation.
So wait, how many people are there?
11 statues.
11
Plus-
statues.
Plus countless animals.
Plus
And
a bunch of tiny
I-
animals.
I feel like that's not the
And
problem.
we can only fit 3 in the portable hole? 3
I
or
would
4?
say you could... It would be difficult, but you could probably fit like 6, maybe 7.
Because I can summon another Coatl to do it one more time today. And that's doing it for free. Just with hit dice. But the other option is doing greater restoration myself with my magic, but that also costs 100 gold pieces, and I can only do it twice as well. So we have a total of 4 greater restorations, but only 2 are free.
Well, so theoretically, you would have 3 left to do. So we'd still have to carry 1 manually, which might be possible. Doug, how strong are you? Oh wait, sorry, Doug, you're distracted.
Yeah,
Like a
Doug's,
house-
Wait!
Doug's echo faded, and he is back with Gambit taking care of the children.
It's fine.
Wait, I have polymorph.
Okay.
So I could probably change some of the statues into something smaller.
How long does
It
that
doesn't-
last?
But it would only last an hour.
Polymorph doesn't work on objects.
It works on creatures.
They're not
Yeah.
objects right now. They're not. I mean, they're not creatures right now. They're objects.
Let me check the petrified condition. The petrified condition.
Be interesting. That's it, Maury. If you're
Turn
right,
to
that's
an
cool.
animate, you are transformed along with any non-magical objects into solid inanimate substance. Your weight increased by a factor of 10, and you cease aging. You are incapacitated. Your speed is 0. You attack rolls against you have advantage. You automatically fail save and dex and strength saves. You have resistance to all damage and immunity to the poison condition. Let me, just so I have a clear view, check, like, for example, the Medusa ability, see if it says anything about transformations with that. Because it is functionally similar to the Petrify condition from that.
While we're at this, can I cast Dispel Magic?
On what?
The food on the table.
Which food? Which
Can I
dish
not
would you
do
like?
all of it?
You can't do the whole table, no.
Rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess in 5e, there's nothing that says they cease to be a creature. They're just a petrified creature.
That is some chicanery. Well, Maury, great job. Good ask. That is completely unbelievable to me, but I love it.
So wait, does it work?
Now, the argument
You
is
could
whether or not they would stay petrified, and I think they would. I don't think they'd lose the petrified condition, but you could make it into a smaller statue for an hour. I'll say that. That's the compromise, is you can transform what they are, but they remain petrified.
Interesting. So
Ridiculous.
with Dispel Magic, this doesn't count as a magical effect that I'm dispelling over the whole table. It has to be one object.
Okay, so what does Dispel Magic do, exactly?
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends.
So I would still say it's probably like once per dish, because each dish is its own effect.
Rip.
I'm curious, does Dispel Magic work on things like curses? I wouldn't think so.
Technically, it's remove curse on something like that, but you maybe could make an argument. I don't know. That's an interesting question.
Is it?
It does say spell.
I'm gonna take a look at Spell Magic. Look at it with my own two green, crazy eyes. Well, they're not really green, they're hazel. Mixture of colors. And there's another argument to be made that any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target, whether the target is a creature, object, or magical effect. So there's an argument to be made that what these aren't even truly spells, even if they are magical effects. So you can focus on the effect, but there's no spell to end. There's an argument to be made. I'd say with a check you could probably do so, but I'm going to say for things like Petrified or Curses that would require a specific spell, Dispel Magic wouldn't work.
Okay.
But yeah, you could dispel one of the dishes. But
Can
probably
I-
the whole table.
Before, so the coatl only lasts a minute. So before the coatl disappears entirely,
The coatl settles.
I want it to cast detect magic and tell me what types of magic there are.
Bagaboosh. It does so. Let's see. Garlic twists give off enchantment. Avocado toast gives off necromancy. Lobster gives off
Transmutation.
Yeah, I guess transmutation.
Connotations.
Rainbow sushi gives off transmutation. Caesar salad gives off. This would be considered either evocation or transmutation. The tiramisu is enchantment. The rabbit stew, transmutation. The creme brulee, abjuration. The scorpion scones. Let me look up his wizard spell. I think it might be necromancy though.
Goodness.
Yeah, necromancy. And the Eye of Newt stew, transmutation. And the cake is also transmutation. Lots of transmutation going on.
Okay. So there's that.
Any chance with that heads up, I could Arcana and possibly determine the nature of those things?
You could give it a shot. Make a very difficult check.
You want me to roll like multiple times, or like 3 of them, or one for each, or just once overall, or what?
Make 3 checks.
All right.
So you did roll quite well overall. You would be able to conclude pretty quickly that odds are, if the cake is doing petrification, you highly doubt that they are themed. You get the sense that none of them are necessarily themed to what the thing is. Some of them might
Okay.
be. Actually,
Okay.
yes, some of them you feel are probably themed. For some of them, there's probably next to no connection.
Okay.
I'll give you 2 that would be heavily themed. Studying the garlic twists, you come to the conclusion that somehow you come to this conclusion that the garlic twists, if you eat it, you are cursed for 3 days, and if you see a knot, you are compelled to untie it.
That is perfect, beautiful fate, bro. I love you. All right, what's the other one?
The Caesar salad gives you the effect of speak with animals for 8 hours.
Aw. Okay.
You can probably guess what the salad stew or what the rabbit stew does.
I'm
Does
assuming
the Caesar
rabbit.
salad only give you speak with animals, or does it also petrify you?
They only give you speak with animals. You get the sense that only the cake petrifies you specifically.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you to go ahead and enjoy the Caesar salad. I mean, I'm like take it. I think you'd like that, the salad. I think you'd enjoy that if you're hungry.
I think you would like the Caesar salad, since I can talk just fine through the koala.
That's a good
No
point.
one can speak with me.
You know what? Yeah.
Poof, the koala
Garon,
disappears.
yeah, Garon is gonna go ahead and eat the Caesar salad, and he's gonna start having a conversation for the rest of the day with Jackie.
Hi. You seem so sad.
So the cake is the only thing that does the petrifying?
Right. That is one of the
Okay.
conclusions Garon comes to.
And you said that Dispel Magic doesn't work on it.
You could
Yeah,
cast
Michael-
on the cake, and it might let you eat the cake, but it wouldn't cause the people that are currently affected by it to no longer be affected by it.
I just
Yeah.
want to get rid of the cake so that no one else gets petrified.
Yeah, you could try to cast on the cake. It'll take probably a wisdom check. Trying to cast on a non-spell, but it's still a magical effect. That might work.
It's 3.
I'll leave it up to you, Micah. We can RP this in game, or we can RP it through Discord or whatever. I don't know how.
Oh,
'Cause,
wait.
I mean, realistically, I can talk to Jackie. Doesn't necessarily you can decide if that means I talk and she understands me and I understand her, or if I'm barking and we're barking together and having a conversation. You would decide how that goes, I guess. So if it's all
Traditionally,
barking,
speak with animals allows both to understand using their normal language, as I understand it.
I forgot I'm not a horse anymore
Dr.
because we had to
Dolittle
get
style,
gotcha.
we had to get the portable hole out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm not a
over-
horse anymore.
Not a horse. Yeah, we can do that over chat. Any conversations you want to have, just so we can keep everyone moving along.
Sounds good.
And then,
What
next
was
time
the
you can
other
bring
thing
up
I was-
anything Jackie said, etc.
Sure.
You said what kind of check for?
A
Wisdom
wisdom check. Your spellcasting ability.
Is he adding? Oh, don't worry about that. Yikes.
Can I use some hero points?
You can use a hero point if you'd like. Even with the hero
11.
point, as you expend this spell slot and attempt to, you don't seem to have had any effect on the cake.
Rip.
Try another spell if you want. You could cast it again, who knows, but your first attempt failed.
Ugh.
How do you know
Can
there's
I-
not cake? The child says to you, Gambit.
Can I
What?
How do you know there's not cake? Maybe there is cake. Why are they taking so long? I thought we wanted to get out of the forest.
Is no cake.
Are they
for
eating the cake
you.
without us? No
The
I
cake is
hope
a
not.
lie.
I hope they are not eating any cake because the cake seemed to kill you.
So there is. You lied to me.
I said there's no cake for you.
I
didn't say there was
there
no
was no
cake.
cake.
I said there was no cake for you
Why not?
because it looks like if you eat it, you die.
Oh. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
I
Sounds
wanna-
like you had cake.
So
Why would
there's
someone
no
make a killer
cake for you. Ask your
Mother?
granny.
You know, you're
Mother
right. She would make a
thing.
killer cake. What was that, Maury?
Can I try Dispel Magic again? But I want to see if roleplay wise, can Nature's Ward help me at all? Cause I can't be charmed or frightened, and I'm immune to poison and disease.
Oh, it would not help you with this.
Can my poison immunity help me cast this?
No? Your poison immunity does not help you cast Dispel Magic.
Please!
Your please is noted and denied.
Hero point.
Hey,
What?
Roll like a 6, man.
Another spell slot. Okay. Then I add the 4 and... Please be good! Ah!
So that was a total of 13.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is the same as you rolled before. It unfortunately fails again.
Why didn't it add my +4?
That I can't answer.
Really want to get rid of this cake.
John doing?
I mean,
You're looking
I
at the
went in with
food?
them, but yeah, I mean,
Are you hungry for creme brulee? Tiramisu?
not overly. And since the
Scorpion?
cake petrified them, John is being overly cautious.
Garlic twists?
Yeah, I would. While I'm enjoying the Caesar salad, as I begin to talk to Jackie, I will point out. Yeah, just I figured out these don't mess with those. The rabbit stew, the cake, and the garlic knots. There might be one or two others that you could eat, but unless you can figure out which ones, I wouldn't bother.
All right.
You know what? Fire away to probably figure out what they do.
Eat them.
You could eat them. Who knows what
Alright.
would happen?
That's what
Anyway.
I'm afraid of.
Exactly.
Can
the
I
problem.
burn it with a fire cantrip?
You can start throwing fire at it, sure. You start throwing
Kill it with
flaming kittens at it.
And I started blasting.
Yes.
You start melting and burning up
And
the
I start
cake.
blasting.
Fabian leans
Man,
over to Garan.
If
or to
Gambit were there,
John.
he would. If Gambit were there, he would have put it in a container and saved it.
Saved some cake.
Yes.
You devious monster.
You never. Hey, listen. If we could give it to Zelxander. Not
He's-
Zelxander.
He's dead.
Stupid dude. Stupid psychic dream dude.
That's a
Whatever his
good
name
idea.
was.
We should save some.
You haven't burned it all up if you want to try and save some cake.
But the dude said that he didn't even eat the cake though, did he? They just cut into it.
No, we ate it.
Okay. Then yeah. Let's save some cake. We'll
Yeah.
put it in the portable hole right next to the potion of eternal sleep.
Anato Tatsui is the one you're looking for, right?
Yeah,
Hinata
that
Tatsu,
guy.
yes.
Tanada.
What container do you have to put the cake in?
the alchemy jug.
I feel like cross-contamination is a potential problem here. For any of my food-safe friends.
No, I mean if it's magic food ticket, it doesn't really matter. You could just wrap it in like a napkin.
Do we have a napkin?
I'm sure we've got
I'm
something.
sure you've got a scrap of cloth somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't think Doug has any jars. I think he filled his jars with stuff.
Wait,
Oh yeah, he filled his
I
jars
have a
with
jar.
magic glue. You have a jar?
Yeah, I do. Where is it? Pain ointment from Gist. I bought some pain ointment.
Yeah. Some standard, regular old pain relief medicine. You empty that out and fill it with smushed cake.
I'm gonna also like wrap some up so that it's not smush.
Fair enough. Oh, Fabian leans over to John. So are we gonna try to bring some people back from stone, or are we just gonna leave?
I'm not sure how to bring them back, to be honest.
I mean, I guess however you brought me back, right?
Didn't we only do that once?
We can do it twice.
We can do
Yes.
it twice.
Yes.
Per rest?
Per day.
So,
Yeah.
We do it. If we
Per
stay
long
here a
rest.
week, we could get them all.
Yes.
Do we plan on staying here a week?
No.
No.
Or do we throw these guys in a cart and take them with us?
You guys have a cart?
No.
Yeah, it seemed like it'd be hard to bring.
Ooh, wait. How
And we could.
how
we
far
could
are
go
we
find
from
help
the
later and send
hags?
somebody back.
You're several miles from the Hags location.
Were there any like carts or anything with the Eden?
There we're not.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, we could. I don't know. Do we want to unfreeze one more person and then maybe just go find somebody else to do it? Come back, send somebody to come back and fix them.
We could
No,
make the kids walk and carry some on my horseback.
You're
And
gonna
then put
carry
some in the
statues
hole.
on horseback that
Yes.
don't necessarily conform to the shape of a horse.
What about a bison or some other large packed herd animal? Or
can
there's
be
also we can
huge.
send word to the librarian friend that we have, or the one we could. There's that very burly looking lady. She might be able to just outright carry one. Doug could carry one. I don't know. I feel like we've got options.
You realize that stone people are heavier than regular people, right?
Yeah, I get that, but
I don't think we could just carry them several miles. I feel like that's unfeasible.
So if we unfreeze one more, then we'll have 10 more statues, and
Yeah.
we can only fit 7 in the bag or the hole.
Oh, in the portable hole.
So,
I mean, they're not endangered. Just sitting here, they're stone. I mean, we could leave them for a few days. That's not really.
yeah,
gonna
but
do
then
it.
we'd have to come all the way back.
that's what I'm
We
saying.
wouldn't have to come back necessarily. We could send somebody to go get them.
I don't think that's.
It's not like we're short on coin at this point.
I don't think that's the right way to go. I think. Look, listen. We could even just stay one day, right? Just one day would be enough, because if Thicket's able to do 2,
Yeah.
himself, and then summon one to do 1 more, then the next day we'd have enough to get the rest, and then we could just take the others back. It's fine.
So you want to spend another night in the... Well, I guess I'm not there.
So you want to spend another night in the woods
And then the woods with children?
with
Yes,
children who might
unfortunately.
You have to
escape?
escape the child-filled woods. Run!
That sounds terrifying.
I mean, I'm at this point, I'm no longer concerned of the immediate danger, and knowing that this was their doing means that we don't have any other issue to worry about here. In fact, if anything, we're doing, I would say, something ultimately beneficial. Although there will be a lot of drama between every unfrozen person, particularly the main head person, the goldsmith, that wood elf lady. I'm fairly certain that she arranged all this to get all of them trapped, not realizing that she would trap herself because, you can't really ever trust a hag.
Well, the good news is, my Quaddle friend has detect thoughts.
All right, so yeah, Quaddle, why don't you have Quaddle detect the thoughts of each of the 4 kids, detect the guy here that we've already undone, right? That we've already rescued, and then we can go from there.
I mean, you could just ask me my thoughts.
Right, but you could lie.
Okay, fair. I mean, I already told you I was a thief.
Yeah, I know, and that's good. That looks positive, in your favor, right?
Thank
it means
you.
that I be a bit more protective should there be an issue that arises. Like, hey, look, he realized he lost 35 years of life. He doesn't want to live that way anymore. He wants to apologize to you, and we want to move forward. And that can only happen if everyone's willing to heal, And so that makes me want to defend you and protect you because you're willing to be that. But my point is, we need to make sure that we are safe. We can't help anyone if we are in danger.
So, who are we unfreezing next?
My bid would be the strong woman or the sorceress. There's a half-elf woman over there that he says is a sorceress. I would say one of them too.
Micah, remind me who they are.
Jade, the farmer and estate girl, and Bendel, the half-elf sorceress.
Do I get any particular vibes from the sorceress?
Insight check.
Oh my gosh!
She's stone.
So many 4s!
Oh, that's actually a crazy amount of 4s, actually.
You have rolled a lot of 4s.
3
Wow.
4s in a row. Obscene.
You could even almost call it like almost 5 if you wanted to count the D4.
Yeah.
Can't believe
Yeah.
you wouldn't have the foresight for this, Maury.
Okay.
As long as you're not like this forever.
I'm going to unfreeze the sorcerer.
You or Coatl number dos?
Coatl.
The Coatl
Um,
reappears. It covers its
I have-
wings.
No more hit die.
She looks around. What happened? Who are you?
Hi.
She pulls up her hands as you see bits of lightning crack along the edge of her fingertips.
Now.
The cake turned you to stone for 30-something years.
Gosh! Dang it, Eloth! Ah!
Do you want food that won't turn you into stone?
I'm not hungry.
Well, I'm gonna have the Coatl make food anyway.
That's all things considered. If we were made of stone, I can't get my accent down right for this one, so we're just gonna go with the one that comes most naturally, which for some reason is Irish. Well, if we're made of stone the whole time, then in theory, we have the same food we went in with. So I'm not any more hungry than I was 30 years ago. I was definitely going like Indian at first, and now we're Irish, but we're trying to roll with it.
So, So I'm sorry for the loss of your time. We're here to try to help all of you. It would seem that maybe the goldsmith lady at the inn there perhaps had issue with each of you,
Detect
Um,
gods.
and made a deal with hags to punish you and fell victim to it herself, because that is often the case when dealing with hags. So we're hoping to
For
let
God's
this be.
sake, when you refer to her issues, is that, oh, well, I'll say, after all, I dispelled the disguise she was using to make her gold look more pure than it actually was.
Oh, so she. Okay.
That's right.
So,
I was hired because someone thought they were being cheated, and they were right.
right. Yeah, this might be a whole situation. So, at this point, I really think we might want to contact our librarian friend to see if she would like to mitigate an elaborate drama.
Okay. Before I start contacting Sasha Hellion, since the quad will only last for so long, I want to make sure that no one else is trying to or going to plan to eat the food or attack each other, including the kids.
Friends, countrymen, are any of you planning to eat food
Nope.
or attack children?
No.
Attack children? No.
Or
I
the
said
children.
including
He also
the
wants to know about the
children.
kids.
Are the kids going to try and
The
eat the
children
food
are
or
not
attack
within
each
a 1 minute.
other?
The children are not within a 1 minute walk.
Okay. This is fine.
Avian has no
Anyway.
intention of eating the food or attacking anyone currently, though he is quite peeved at Elia. Or Eloth.
Cool.
Been doubts considering breaking Eloth's statue.
Don't do anything drastic. Let me call my wizard bestie.
He deserves it.
You
Turn
could
me
be
to
right.
stone.
You could be right, but here's the thing.
Actually, you know what? Let's leave her. Because then she's alive. She can't pass on. If we break the stone, especially in an important part, she might just die outright. If she just gets to sit here, I imagine that's probably what she intended for the rest of us.
Maybe, but all of you became victims of this. All of you had some part to play. It sounds like you were on the up and up, and that's great news. But the point is, you now have a second chance. So maybe she doesn't deserve one, but we're going to try to be fair and trying to rescue as many of you as we possibly can. We want good in the world. And while sometimes, yes, that means ending evil, if that evil can be turned to good, this is the group to try to do that. So whether you like that plan or not, that's who's rescued you.
Alright. Good to know. But do you know if Brendaris is still queen?
What?
That's
I didn't
that's
hear the
the
question.
mother. That's the mother, right? That's the mother.
Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no. There was her daughter has passed on. Has come to the throne.
I vaguely remember hearing something of a royal pregnancy when I went in. Alright. I guess in 35 years, there's a very good chance that none of the lords I even remember are still there.
If you know lords, we can go over it. But do you know the Lord Lady Librarian?
Oh, Sasha Hellion.
The very same.
I do. Well, not personally.
Right. Do you have an opinion on this person?
She's a bit of a narcissist.
Oof.
Always naming spells after herself or her husband. Can't ever
So,
just have an acid arrow anymore. It always has to be Melf's acid arrow.
I
You can't
mean,
have a faithful hound. It has to be Mordenkainen's faithful hound.
so
You see what
you
I
don't
mean?
like you don't like when artists let you know who the artist was, so that you can go to that artist and request them to work on something.
I guess,
I mean,
but at the same time, magic isn't the same thing as art. Once you find how to do a spell, it's not like you truly made it yourself. You found magic that already exists. I'm of the opinion that every spell already exists. It's my ability to actually cast them on my own. I don't need to learn any of the books, but every spell I cast is still the same as something someone else could make. Magic belongs to itself, not to a person's name.
that sounds like a very interesting bit of philosophy to chew on over dinner sometime.
Hopefully
I'm
not this
sure that
dinner.
there are
This dinner was pretty terrible.
not this one,
Though
no,
I
but
have to admit the garlic twists were pretty great. It's kind of concerning that they still look good after 35 years.
right. Here's the problem with that: you're going to be problematically cursed for the next couple of days, since you ate those, and those would still technically be in your system.
Alright. Thank you for letting me know. Is all the food cursed?
It's all enchanted, but the
Of
Caesar
course it
salad
is.
will allow you to talk to animals.
I can already do that on my
Other
own.
than that, I have not
Okay.
surmised the outcomes of any other good options. But if you want to talk to small animals,
Alright,
Caesar
thank
salad's the
you.
way to go.
Appreciate it.
What are we asking Sasha to do? Come get these people?
I suppose ultimately it comes down to is she ready to facilitate the resolution of a grand drama between apparently good and ill parties of all manners of sorts.
Okay.
After hearing these stories, I am of the opinion that the first lad that we freed, this gentleman here, he's just a thief trying to take care of himself and made a bad choice. Because stealing is not always great, but then there's also the fact that he just stole from the wrong target. And then this lady here seems to be on the up and up and was trying to investigate whether or not the first person there at the end of the table was above board with their gold castings, and apparently revealed that it wasn't, and that therefore put her in the crosshairs. So I believe that there may be some genuinely good sorts here and some genuinely bad sorts here, and she may not want to deal with that, but she may be willing to do so to help restore people who are of a good mind. Although I would recommend, and I look over back to Findel, I would recommend not talking about someone being
No, I wouldn't say
narcissistic
it to her
when
face.
I be there to help you.
Don't
I
worry.
call Sasha.
I'm not
Ring,
stupid enough
ring,
to say it to her
ring.
face. Ring. Are you using the scroll or casting the spell?
I'm using my sending stone that I give her.
That's right, you have a sending stone. You ring. You get send. You did
Yeah.
25 words.
Hi, Sasha. So we found a bunch of people who were petrified, and they all hate each other, and we don't know how to get them home
That's probably 25.
That's 25, almost exactly.
safely.
We don't know how to get them home, and then poof. Okay. Is there a way that I can help? I don't know where you are. If you have a way to tell me, I could try to get there, but it might not work right. Okay.
Thicket, let her know if if she can cast a locate person or locate creature, she should be able to find one or more of us relatively easily and know the direction. And then we can kind of give her a whereabouts, and she may not get right next to us, but I imagine she'd be able to figure some things out.
I don't know if I can do it again. It says once sending is cast through the stones, they can't be used again until the next dawn.
Okay.
So, am I able to respond to her?
Nope. You get 25 words, they get 25 words back.
Awesome. I also have a scroll of sending. I don't remember who gave us this.
Her husband.
Why did he want us to contact him?
Honestly, I've forgotten. We've done a lot since then.
It has been like 3 weeks in game.
And a couple near-death too.
Does anyone remember why he gave you the scroll? Because I do.
I think it was to contact him about the dude.
Oh yeah, it was when we
The
thought it was
scary guy.
Yeah, it was if we either got information or we were about to do something and he would try to send help. Yep, you're right. Good job, Gambit. AKA Chuck.
Or send help for what?
He was either to
For
help.
Sonata Tatsui.
Yep.
Have you ever got any updates?
Nice job, Jocelyn.
Thanks.
All right. Well,
Who else has a sending stone?
I mean, I can get a hold of Rusty.
Right.
While we were doing all of this, I didn't want her to worry, so I actually haven't sent anything to her in a minute. But I could now, I suppose. All right, yeah, I'll go ahead and pull that out, use it, and say, Rusty, if possible, contact Sasha. Ask, locate creature, find us. Just defeated hags north of... Hold on, I gotta pull up the map. Just defeated hags north of Calcite. In the wood. Thanks, miss you. That's it. Did you hear it, Micah?
I did. She's thinking her response. But that, I mean, I'm
Okay,
thinking
gotcha.
my response. In Gosen can try to get a hold of her. Don't know if I can reach her magically or not. Miss you too. Good job. Thicket, you hear in your head. It occurs to me, you don't have the sending spell. Tell me in as much detail as you can, in 25 words. Where are you? What is it like? Or what is it? Cuts off. Yeah, 25 words.
So, hearing Garan say north of Calcite, I'll go with that description as well. Woods north of Calcite. There's
And use locate creature.
There's a table with food. Try locate creature.
7 words left.
I didn't use that many.
Yeah, I might have miscounted. You might have. I guess that'd be 12. Yeah, that's right.
Try locate creature. There's all of us and 10 statues and kids
You have 3 words.
and cake.
One
I
word.
thought you were going to rescue from hags, but you said end cake, and I love it. That's kind of perfect for Thicket.
Okay. She'll think. Okay. She'll consider for a second. Double consider. Consider one last time. Alright, she is going to... I need someone to roll a D100 for her.
Rolling.
Get it, buddy, get it. Oh, that's pretty good, I think.
So close.
Oh,
I need
it was 75,
Chris
wasn't it?
to roll 2d12 and Maury or Jocelyn to roll a d8.
Hey, that's not bad.
Let's see. What is the range on locate creature? 1,000 feet. Object is the same.
Oh, it's only 1,000 feet, man. I thought locate creature was like, if they're on the plane, man, that's so many.
Could scry. She could scry.
Oh yeah, Scry's probably better than. Good
Yeah.
call.
You know, she would have been smart enough to do that first before trying to teleport, so she could at least see the place. Granted, seen once or described have the same effect, so it wouldn't actually have changed her roll, so yeah. Okay. You stand quietly near a dinner table. Gambit is out to flight time. What would you like to do while you wait? Are you going to wait? Are you going to go do something?
We could, if we know that she teleports close to us, we could throw up some kind of signal in the air. Yeah. After probably about 5 to 10 minutes, Garon might even just start randomly firing some Eldritch blasts up into the sky. Pew 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 pew.
Beckett will join in with the cat fire kitty.
10-15 minutes pass before you see a person come over the edge of the trees on a broomstick.
Oh yes.
Perhaps harder
Is
than I
that
expected.
2000?
Perhaps harder to find than I'd expected.
Sasha!
Honestly, I'm surprised I got so close. Hello. On the first teleport. I see. Oh. I see the statues in the cake now. Are they
Yeah.
all?
They're not dead.
Yes.
There's a bunch of critters too, Sasha. You see.
Well, As much as I'd like to help the critters, I have to wonder the value of a squirrel.
Well, we're all squirrels to somebody.
I mean, personally, I think it'd be a nice little ornament to put on a shelf.
Garon gives like John like the crazy side eye.
If you'd like, I can at least bring them back with me. I figure the simplest solution. Let Micah check how many spells he has left for her. Let's see, her spell slots. Teleport is a 7th level spell. Okay. I figure the simplest attempt would be, Oh, well, actually, they're not objects, which means I believe she does have to consider the creature number. Let me check. Teleport again real quick. Tepalort, where art thou?
Yeah, I mean, we could cram them all in the portable hole, so you don't have to worry if that's a problem.
Then I'd have to take the portable hole with me.
I can take the animals.
I
Yeah,
do
we
8
can
creatures
restore
at
them.
a time. There are currently 10 here. Would you be able to fit 2 in the hole? Alright, well, I could probably cast teleport twice. It'd be a little difficult. But then I could also take these friends over here back with me.
We can definitely do that. I think the main concern is that you need to decide how to handle her. So she's the main culprit. She was effectively getting revenge. So he stole from her, so he's kind of problematic. But he was forthright. And then her, Findel, she was hired. She was hired to discover whether or not the goal was right, and in so revealing the subterfuge became a target of ire as well. So some of these are going to be on the up and up good sorts, I think, who just offended her, made her want to be like, "I'll get them," blah. And some of them are going to possibly be their own sort of trouble.
It's not so much getting the statues out of here, it's figuring out which ones to unfreeze first.
Another great point. Thank you, Thicket.
See.
They seem to all hate each other.
I can't cast Greater Restoration, so I wouldn't be able to help with turning them. I could help with deciding who, I suppose. And I certainly can help with getting creatures out of here. I can reasonably cast 2 more teleportation spells, of which I could send 8 of these petrified individuals, and then myself and whoever non-petrified would like to come with, back as well.
Do you think they're conscious of their surroundings?
It's unlikely. No, these two just didn't even know what was happening. They were just surprised. So no, I don't think so. But I would like you to ask you this, Sasha, please. These have gone through a horrible ordeal. They've been raised for some time by hags. They need mentor, guiding, like counselor sort of thing, some kind of restoration process to help heal them from their traumas.
Make an insight check, anyone who would like to.
Also, part of my talking is going to be asking, what's Jackie's opinion on things that have gone on?
Julie's creepy. Julie's annoying and loud. The boys are sad. I don't know what these people mean about 35 years. I mean, I've already lived. I guess 35 years. Yeah, all of you are high enough that you see mentioning the children raised by the hags. Sasha gets a bit pale. a look of concern. Do you know if the children were born when they were given to the hags? Or I guess what age they were given?
They're all pretty young.
How young?
I don't remember how young they are.
Not
Yeah,
that Thicke would know. Age is weird. They're not infants.
True.
Yeah. It seemed that they were all some form of trade, so I don't know how young, but I think Thicke has the right of it. I think it's closer to younger than it is not.
Do you want to meet them?
Soon, but we should have this conversation before then. There is a very real chance that one or more of these children are destined to become hags themselves.
Which would be its own tragedy, honestly.
Yes. As far as I'm aware, through the method of quote-unquote reproduction that hags follow, it's unlikely that anything short of divine intervention or a wish spell could save them. Technically, they're not even properly cursed, it's just what they are.
Right, yeah, they've passed beyond they've been altered into Fae. Yeah.
In theory, hags have to perform a kind of ritual to be able to usher in a new hag who's destined to become one. So potentially they're all safe, but if there is any living hag who knows these particular individuals, these children, they don't even have to be the hag that made them to be able to perform the ritual. They just have to know.
Yeah.
Did you let any live?
Of the hags?
Yes.
No.
Good.
Grind kind of thinks for a second, and if anyone other than you asked, maybe I might have been offended, but I think you asking is fine.
Sometimes people get away when we don't want them to.
Yeah, there is definitely problems.
The reason I bring this up is, though I wouldn't want it to be the case, it is possible one of us will have to kill these children.
Do you think reincarnate would work on them?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Jackie says that the oldest one is creepy.
That's not a good sign. But again, she was raised by a hag, even though she's not cursed.
Right, the middle one is just annoying, which could just be age and whatever. And then the young lads are sad, so I think the greatest hope is the young lads, but I know that a lot of the face secrets are malleable. Part of the whole purpose of being a fae is being able to seep through cracks, if you will. But we want to try to restore these folks, give them second chances. Apparently, Vendel knew the young queen's mother, or at least knew of her.
Did you? How did you say you were frozen? 35 years or so? Huh. Yes, you would have been during that time. The time of, my husband's remembering, of Queen Rendaris. Did you know her personally? No. I just knew she was the queen. As far as I understand, you're the only lord who I recall either. Yes. You would have known the father of Golden Fang, but he passed long ago. No matter. What's past is past, unfortunately. As for transporting these back, I can certainly bring... It will exhaust my resources for the day, but I could potentially bring all of us somewhere.
Well, there was consideration to head back to Calcite to see if there was families that we could reunite, but honestly, anybody that would deal with hags enough to give up children, I don't think is worth dealing with. But that's my opinion. Maybe the others feel differently.
She walks up to you, despite looking up, somehow seems almost like she's a stern mother looking down at you. Do not assume all things about people, Grand. It's a terrible decision to make. They might not even know it was a hag that was involved.
I
Nor
want to
known the
vibe
true
check
cost.
her.
Make your vibe check. You don't get the sense that she has personally dealt with this exact circumstance, but you get the sense that when she talks about people making decisions they regret, she's speaking from experience. Don't always judge so quickly.
Well, I think this group is pretty big on giving second chances, but
They are. Unfortunately. Still won't solve the problem of the children.
right.
But I can get some of you to Calcite. That's where you want to go. I can teleport up to 8 comfortably. How many children are there?
4.
Oh. One more. That causes difficulty. I could take one with me. If you wanted to take 3 of them with your own. Alternatively, I could just take the victims of the statue garden. Let you carry the kids yourself.
How do you feel about handling the eldest, Julie? She's the one that gives Jackie creepy vibes, and she was quick to grab a magic item and has been holding on to it like a claim, and I would argue the most likely to be in jeopardy of the aforementioned unfortunate possible circumstance.
I can take her. I can take her and potentially deal with the fallout. Is that agreeable to everyone? Where's Gambit and children?
He's keeping them safe because he didn't want them to see all the sweets and treats and whatever and go crazy and eat something that might cause problems. You know, like the cake there. That cake is what turns them into the statue. The Caesar salad is what allowed me to talk to Jackie. The garlic nuts are apparently very tasty, but will make you want to untie all knots that you see for a few days. So I'm pretty sure that rabbit stew turns you into an actual rabbit.
I see. Would you all mind moving the statues away from the table for a moment?
No,
I'm going
Time
to
to stop.
destroy the entire thing.
Time to start dragging. Come on, Doug. Oh, wait, no, Doug's back there.
And
Come on,
anyone
John.
who chooses to help can move the statues away, at which point Sasha will shatter the table and everything on it.
Oh.
Nice.
Sound ringing out through the forest.
A bunch of birds fly up.
What was that? Gambit, what was that? Are they okay? Why have they been gone so long?
Why are you still so muted? Did you fall asleep? Are you guilty of dereliction of duty? There's the fact that Jocelyn could have actually gone to sleep.
Not purposefully, but it does happen.
Yeah, no.
Is that the plan, then?
Yeah, we really need access to teleportation spells so that we can make it a little bit easier to travel about. But it makes the most sense to try to find the parents of the other three in Calcite and see if there's possible reconciliation available as an option.
Thicket, John, you both also have a right to aid in this decision.
Cool with all that. I mean,
Pardon?
I don't have really anything extra to add there.
Do you think I
Sounds
should take the
good.
children? Just take Julie, the eldest. Should I leave everyone in statue form until you can come and experience the debate? Then again, it will likely take some time to have them all changed.
Yeah, I mean, unless you plan on, like, tomorrow or the day after, you want to pop on over to Calcite after we've kind of dealt with it all and bring us back to your lovely city.
I wonder if it'd be cheaper to deal with basilisk oil. I'll see if I can procure some. It might be more expensive than diamonds.
Well, if money's part of the thing, you can count on us to help. I don't want you to do more than you feel comfortable doing. You're very helpful, and you've already, you're appreciated.
You're very sweet, God. Thicket,
Yeah,
what do you think?
I think Maury feels sick right now, but
Aww.
Thicket will tell Sasha about how he can do Greater Restoration twice a day for free, if it helps her at all.
Oh, once you're in town,
if
that
she
might be
would
the
want
perfect
to-
method to bring them all back with minimal costs.
Conserve resources. Thicket is available.
It is
But
much
not
cheaper.
today.
It is much cheaper to put you all up in an inn than it is to spend, 1,000 gold on diamonds.
Mhm.
Good. Well, let's organize, bring the children, and be on our way. As you all prepare to do that, I think that is the moment where we will call it for the night.
Sounds good.
It's a good concluding moment.
Let's get that
Things
copper.
moving forward. Do. So not all of the effects were negative, just most of them.
Yeah, and honestly, that does make sense for Faye, because like they'd want to lure you in with like, oh, it tastes good. Oh yeah, and then the piece de resistance, the big mighty cake at the end is the real punishment, the real.
Uh-huh.
Yep, no, that was brilliant, man.
Petrify everyone there.
Excellent execution. I have enjoyed very much every step of the way, even the sad and scary parts. Excellent DMing. Thank you very, very much.
By the way, Gaislin, your Cajon is in the party inventory. Maury, roll a d10. Okie doke. 4,500 XP for the session. And aboard. You've been awarded. Oh, really? John, do you see how much XP you need?
That's annoying.
Just
But
level
to-
him up.
Kill a nearby
Yeah.
rat or something. He's 7 XP low. I'm just gonna give it to you.
Just give it to him.
Yeah, just give
Yeah.
a flat 10 to everybody. Just make it a free 10.
Sure.
We all killed some rats in the basement.
Yeah, rats in the basement.
We accidentally stepped on some ants.
Yeah, you killed
And
enough ants.
It turned out they were like metal ants, like from like a metal version of ants from Dragon Quest.
Hey,
Dragon Quest.
don't talk about Durant that way. I love Durant, even if he's not good.
There it is.
All right.
Sweet.
Do you know how to add your next level?
I think so. Can't
Okay,
remember.
I think you
Been a
can
while.
press the plus button next to your class and level, and it lets you, and it like pulls up classes, and then you drag your class of choice onto your sheet, and it should do the things. And for anyone curious, the garlic twist, yeah, you're compelled to untie knots. The avocado toast makes you frail, because you're a vegan or a vegetarian, and for 3 days your maximum hit points are reduced. The lobster would actually increase your max hit points for the next day. The rainbow sushi gave you gills, and you can only breathe water. You can't breathe air.
Oh.
You will begin to suffocate.
Oof.
The Caesar salad, yeah, y'all be swimming in the swamp for a day. The Caesar salad, speak with animals, of course. The tiramisu, anytime you attempt to open a door, chest, or similar device, is impossible unless the player succeeds a DC 15 intelligence saving throw. On a failure, the character is completely perplexed by the mechanics of door/chest. Doesn't matter how simple, you will be stuck on pushing on a pull door if that's what it takes.
That's just me in my regular life.
A rabbit
I have
stew.
beef with doors.
Beef with doors. Beef doors. Beef doors. For the rabbit stew, for 24 hours, your speed increased by 15 feet, and you must always move up to half your movement speed each turn or take 2d10 psychic damage. This includes when attempting to rest. You can't rest for 24 hours.
She's
After
a
the
runner,
rabbit
she's
shoe.
a track star.
The creme brulee was the most powerful, I'd argue. You gain the effects of the sanctuary spell until it is removed. Meaning,
Nice.
basically, until you attack something, everything must make a wisdom saving throw to be able to hit you. At all.
That'd be cool.
The two wretched-looking foods, the burned scorpion stones and the Eye of Newt stew, are both definitely good, because they look ugly, so they're good things. The scorpion scones, for the next 24 hours, you stabilize whenever you're dying at the start of your turn. And for the Eye of Newt stew, for 3 days, you gain an aura of blind sense out to 10 feet.
I'm glad you got to have fun making magic meals.
It did. It was a lot of fun. ChatGPT helped me decide what meals to put, and then I added the effects, because I needed to come up with 10 delicious sounding things. Lobster, tiramisu, cake.
Good night, guys. I'm gonna go lay
Yeah,
down.
me
I will
too.
close out the stream. Good night,
Have a good
stream
night.
and recording. We appreciate you and have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.